Yo, Bo. Welcome to another episode of In the Life of MightyFan. We got some pickups, a little chit chat as well. This is like take 3 for this video for me. I'm already sweating up here. It's a little humid today. I thought we were done with this weather, but apparently not. Anyhow, got some new pickups here. Let's get to them, and now I'm going to run downstairs. I got my towel already ready down there. I'm ready to go get out of this heat. So, but I'm going to show these. I thought it would be easiest to show them up here. So let's get right to it, all right? Now, we can do more of that downstairs where it's cooler. So this was from the Warrior shop, and this is their Classic Edition throwback. Now, obviously, the Classic Editions, they don't make them in Authentics. Nike doesn't. I don't know why. I think it'd be super cool if they made some of these, including these two that I'm about to show, in authentic form, but they've never done it. It's the only jersey they don't do in authentic form. I don't know why. Again, there's money to be made, but it's Nike, you know, what can you do? But we got to add to the Curry collection, the collection overall, with the Philadelphia Warriors era, Golden State Warriors Classic Edition. This is the home version. They made the road version a few years ago where Steph got became the three-point king at the Garden in New York wearing that jersey. I thought it was cool because it was the road version of the old Philadelphia Warriors, and he was wearing that one when he got the record. So, but this is the home version. So you have the Nike, the old school. That's the thing I love about these. They do the old school Nike logo for the Classic Edition jerseys. It also has the Rakuten ad sponsor, because it was from the Warrior shop. Warriors 30, everything pressed on. I really like the home. I like the road too. I think the road really popped, but the home, it just really pops even more. Curry 30 on the back. So this goes back to like the Wilt Chamberlain days. When he had the 100-point game at Hershey Arena back in the day. It was in this style jersey back in the day. The only difference, of course, is the cut and how it looks and the name on the back, but they have to do that for naming rights. But also, the front does not have Phila, and they can't do that because that's a conflict of interest with the Sixers who do the Phila. So they do Warriors instead. But other than that, very cool, and I've always loved that about the Warriors. They pay so much homage to their history, including the Philadelphia Warriors days, and it's always good to see. We got the jock right there, all the particulars. Again, Warriors 30 on the front, Curry 30 on the back. My guy, Steph Curry, the mouthpiece chewer that he is, three-point assassin. And there you go. His Classic Edition jersey for this season. And this next one I had to get because I have the road version. I got the road version on eBay some years ago because it flew. As soon as it hit, it was gone. And if you didn't get it right away, you had to wait a bit. So I didn't want that to happen for this one. So I got the home version right away off of NBA Shop when this became available. I think maybe a little over a month ago. But the Ja Morant, Memphis Grizzlies, Vancouver Grizzlies, their inception year home jersey. This is the style they wore for some years when they first came into the league. Many years ago in Vancouver. Even has the Vancouver on the front. I like that. Again, you got the old school Nike logo. You got all the particulars on the front. You got the NBA logo. The one thing I kind of wish they did, and I kind of understand why they don't with the Nike swoosh, but I kind of wish they would put the NBA logo on the front for the Classic Edition jerseys. That would make it look even better, but it is what it is. Morant 12, it has that cool tribal band going across, you know, the arm and neck holes as they wore back in the day. Again, hit you with the jock. Particulars on that. There you go. I'm trying to get through this quick because I'm getting a little hot up here. So, whoop, things are falling. Things are falling. Oh, no. All right, I'm going to let them fall. They can fall. It's just some bags and stuff anyhow, so we're good. Take that out of the way. All right, so we got the Morant Vancouver Grizzlies, Memphis Grizzlies throwback for their classic night games. Super cool. They're wearing that one. This was a find off eBay, and I got to give my buddy Big Slim a big shout for the assist on the legit check on this. We were actually sitting at the Green Turtle in Maryland, and I saw this on eBay. I'm like, is this good? Is this good for this price? Sure enough, it was. It's an old run USA, as J-Dub would say. Well, this is an old gold. 83-84, made in USA. Peter Capolino Day, shout out to Peter. Mitchell Ness, Sidney Moncrief. I've had the home version for a while. Now I have the set. I know Mitchell Ness made the swing of this not long ago, but I wanted the authentic because, you know, with that heat press, you know, name and numbers. And that's how the Bucks wore it back in the day. All right, Let's do the jock tags. There you go. All the particulars right there. You got the gradient going up the side of the greens. And the trim, the red trim. Always like that about these jerseys from that era. Moncrief on the nameplate, pressed on name. And the 4 is pressed on as well. Beautiful jersey. Glad to have this in the collection. And it completes my Moncrief set. Now I just need to complete the Bob Lanier. I have the green Bob Lanier. I don't have the white one. But, you know, maybe someday. This was... I have a story behind this. I'm going to tell that downstairs. We got my AFC team here, the Steelers. TJ Watt. I've wanted a Watt in the collection for a while. Finally got one. They celebrated the 50th anniversary of their first Super Bowl a couple weeks ago when they beat the Jets on Sunday Night Football. And it was they wore that nice patch, and I had to have it. Flair, Watt 90. This is another replica. They don't make the authentic versions in these with the patch. So, is what it is. And I learned my lesson from missing out on a jersey some years ago. And again, that will be part of the story. But there's the TJ Watt throwback Steelers jersey with the 50 patch. They wore that night in honor of the 50th anniversary of their first Super Bowl from the Steel Curtain years. Oh, I got one more to show here. And this is going to be the last hockey jersey I show for my regular series of In the Life. I'm going to do a whole new, completely on its own series just for hockey, because it is one of the aspects of my collections I'd love to grow. But let's show this right now because I'm in the showing mood. So we got the blue line. So this isn't the power play one, but I got a really good deal on this off of Poshmark a bit ago. And we got the Colorado Avalanche. This is the jersey I wanted most out of that whole set when they came out a couple years ago. Just didn't get it right away. But we got the Nathan McKinnon rookie Blueberry Avalanche jersey. Very hard jersey to find, even in a replica version. And when you see it in a replica Reebok from back in the day, sellers want an arm and a leg, particularly if it's Nathan McKinnon, because it would be a rookie. And I always wanted his, of this version, this particular style. So you got the Colorado, everything pressed on, as they did. I did see, though, I'll talk more about that downstairs. I did see the power play jersey, and it's very nice. Very nice. But you got the NHL shield and the drawstring on the front. You got that Colorado on the slant going down. 29s on the sleeves. The Avalanche logo on the shoulders. McKinnon on a nameplate pressed on. 29 again in that Avalanche font. You got the jock tag down here. Very nice jersey, and I'm glad that Mitchell and Ness made them. I mean, love them or hate them, the jerseys that they did in the blue line or whatever. But I'm glad they made these because it gave me an opportunity to get one. Because not only are they hard to find, as is, but then I got to worry about getting one in my size, and that's not always the easiest. Particularly with jerseys that are some years old. All right, I'm going to pick this stuff up that I dropped. Or that fell, I should say. Yeah, I'm not going to show that one. That I took a chance on. It was one of those swing and misses on eBay. I should have known. The deal was too good. There was a Kobe jersey that I kind of wanted, and I saw it on eBay. I should have known just by the price alone, but I took a chance. Yeah. Isn't that good? So, live and learn. But someday I will get the actual authentic Mitchell and Ness version. But that one is not it, so I'm not gonna show it on the channel. I'm not gonna advertise a fake, and that's part of the reason why I'm taking another take of this video, because the last take I did, I did the unbagging because I didn't know what it was. I thought maybe it was another Swingman jersey that I picked up cheap, and it was that Kobe, and it was no fuego. As soon as I looked at it, I'm like, oh, no, I can't show this. I can't show this. Oh, my. So Slim, both of us were wondering, yeah, it was a knockoff. But it had, it should, the dead giveaway should have been, it was stock photos. But they also had another photo of it, and it looked like the actual jersey. But it was pretty cheap, and I'm like, well, maybe maybe someone's just blowing them out. You can find Mitchell & Ness jerseys at cheap prices. Like I said, I paid $60 for that Moncrief. But yeah, that Kobe, yeah, that wasn't it. Where's my towel? Oh my God. Whoo. Whoo. Sorry about that, but my good, I did literally 3 takes up there. I really thought we were done with the heat and humidity. I really did. And it's not overly hot today, but you can feel it. There's some heat out there. There's definitely some heat out there. Oh, just bear with me here a second. We are in the life. Literally. Oh. I hate heat. I hate heat. Give me the cold. Give me the cold. I can't. The heat and humidity, I can't do it. I want to be done with it so badly. Oh. Because this video would be a breeze to do up there if it was cool. And I didn't realize how hot it was up there until I got to take 3 of this video. I'm like, oh crap. But I'm a gamer, man. When I start something, I'm going to finish it. All right, let me see if I can navigate this tripod again. I'm still kind of new to this tripod, so bear with me as I set this up. Oh my God. The heat doesn't like me, and I don't like the heat, believe me. Oh, shoot. Oh. All right, but I got through it, though. I did all the pickups. I told you there's some stories, though, but I had to get down here first. And I wasn't going to stay up there anymore. I'm glad there was no take 4. Okay. Now that the room has stopped spinning, I will get to some of those stories, right? So shout out to my buddy Slim. We were together for a few weeks. We kind of did the traveling here between the 2 houses, from his house, my house. He was here over Halloween. That's part of the reason why I haven't done a video in a few weeks. I was just having some fun with Slim. And so I didn't do the End of Life. I didn't do the Season of the Fan series. I will get back to the Season of the Fan this weekend. The Eagles have won every game. So maybe we'll ride this out. Maybe they'll win the Super Bowl. The Season of the Fan. But no, we'll get back to that series. We'll get back to that series a little later in the week or into the weekend. They have been winning, which is good. So I had a good time with Slim. We had some adventures and just good times. Nice to hang out with a friend for an extended period of time. It's just an idea both of us kind of came up with, and it was cool to do that. But anyhow, the faucet, it just continued. The faucet just, it's like Niagara Falls. That's what happens. But it is what it is. We're gonna power through with the help of the towel and some flavored water here. So, any rate, so about the T.J. Watt jersey. So the funny story with that is that some years ago the Steelers celebrated the 50th of the Immaculate Reception, right? The Franco Harris play. And they wore those same jerseys. They wear those throwback jerseys at least once or twice a season. I wish they would just go back to them. To me, it's still the all-time best Steelers jersey. And, people love when they wear them, so it is what it is. They've had a lot of success with the jerseys they wear today anyhow. But the big block letter Steeler jersey, that's what I grew up with. So, like I said, they're my AFC team. Excuse me, had dinner too before I filmed this. So it's still digesting, but gustation, but and my old brother were out there. If you've never seen that movie, it's worth a watch. Believe me, it's worth a watch. And the Big Dan character I refrain from eating during gustation. I love that scene. But anyhow, I don't get it, Big Dan. But no, so this is some years ago, and I'm sitting here in this room, and I'm watching that game with the Steelers. I think it was their last regular season game against the Raiders, and they were celebrating the 50th of the Immaculate Reception, and they wore those jerseys, and they had that big gaudy patch on there. And I just like, oh, it has to be available somewhere. And I did a web search, and I came across the Steelers Pro Shop, but I got there too late. By the time I got to it, it was gone in my size. I'm like, shit. I really because I wanted a TJ Watt with that big, Immaculate Reception patch. And yes, I could get the jersey. I can find the patch. I can put get the patch tailored onto the jersey. I get that, but it's so much better to find it already on, right? But someday I think I will I will get that patch, and even if it's not a Watt jersey, if it's some other player who was on that team, and have that put on, it's a beautiful patch. So here we are. Fast forward a few years later, and you learn from your mistakes. So I'm getting the air mattress ready for Slim's stay here. And Slim's here. He's sitting in this chair. And I'm over there, getting the air mattress inflated for him. And Slim has the game on. And I'm just, giving an eyeball to it every now and then. They're playing the Jets that night. And, after I'm done with the air mattress, I come over, and Slim's like, oh, yeah, the Steelers are wearing the throwbacks, and even with the helmet looks like a throwback, and I'm just eyeballing that patch on the jersey, and it hit me. Pro Shop, Steelers Pro Shop. I bet you they have that jersey. And I went right on there, and because I bookmarked the site, I went right on there, and sure enough, the first thing that pops up is the TJ Watt jersey with the patch, and it's in my size, and I go, okay. And they allowed the paying for. Method to pay with PayPal, so that worked out even better. So I grabbed it. I didn't hesitate. I didn't waste any time. All right, put it in the cart, PayPal, paying for it. Okay, here it is. We're done. And Slim looked over. He says, boy, I bet you're itching to grab a TJ Watt in that jersey. And I looked at him, and I gave him, a grin or something. I said, I already did. He said, huh? And I showed him the jersey. He's like, oh, of course you did. And I said, Slim, I mean, this jersey head, that's my AFC team with a patch. I missed out on the Immaculate Reception patch, 50th anniversary patch jersey years ago. I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to do it for their 50th of their first ever Super Bowl championship. That's not going to happen. So I was glad it worked out. And the other funny part about it is so I bought it on a Sunday night. Tuesday it was in the mail. Tell you, they don't mess around. I didn't even know what the package was. I knew something was coming because I get the text from the text from the USPS when I have a package come, right? So I knew something was coming. I just didn't know what it was. And I opened up and I'm like looking at this package. I'm like, well, what is this? And I didn't know what it was. And I'm opening it. And even when I pulled the jersey out, it was an NFL jersey. And then I'm like, I see that 90 on there. And then I saw the patch. And I'm like, oh, it's the TJ Watt jersey. Son of a 2 days, not even 2 days it took to get to me. My God. I know I live in PA, but geez, talk about fast shipping. I couldn't believe it came that quick. Slim couldn't. I'm like, Slim, you wouldn't believe what showed up. Like that TJ Watt jersey showed up. He's like, no way. I'm like, yeah, look, here it is. It was crazy, but yeah, that was the story behind that one, and so you learn from previous mistakes. It just the first thing I thought of as soon as I saw that jersey was Steelers Pro Shop. Let me see if it's there. Oh, it is. Oh, how convenient. And it's in my size, and not this time. So. But that was pretty cool. I was glad to get it. I've wanted a TJ Watt in a while, and with that patch, it's just flair, and it celebrates the 50th of their first ever Super Bowl. So that's pretty cool. I could see myself doing that for the Eagles in some years if they were a patch for Super Bowl 52 anniversary. But yeah, I don't go back with the Steelers quite as far as I do with the Eagles. But I go back. I go back to the Greg Lloyd, Rod Woodson, Kevin Green. Those teams, and when they lost to Dallas in that Super Bowl. Of course, the one Super Bowl I see them playing Dallas, they lose. But the Steel Curtain took care of them twice. But that's part of the reason why I like the Steelers and I like that history. I've always liked the Steel Curtain. That's, since I was young and learned about the history there and the Super Bowls, and they just seem to be a cool team. I would have loved to have watched them, back in the day, but is what it is. But at any rate, so that was the story behind that. But yeah, I had a nice time with Slim, and during that time, there was Jersey Day. Which is a thing. I didn't know it was a thing, but it's a thing. I know there's an NBA Jersey Day at the start of the NBA season, but there's a Jersey Day. It's like National Jersey Day. And a lot of the members on the groups on Facebook were taking pictures of their collections and everything, and just pictures. And Slim's sitting here and he's going, you should you should get involved. You should get a picture. You got all these people showing their stuff. I mean, look what you got. I mean, yeah, show off. Take a picture. And I'm like, all right, So, Slim was nice, and I got a picture of myself over the back there, with some jerseys. I put on one of my Flyers jerseys, and, he took a pic. And then I just went pic crazy. I started taking pictures of all the racks and the closets and everything, and put them up on the group. I think I had like 29 pictures. I mean, there's a lot in the collection, so there's going to be a lot of pictures, and it's something I'm very proud of. This is my passion. So, I'm taking pictures, and I'm running around the house, pick, everywhere, and I post them all up on the groups. And I'll tell you, I do it just like I've always said about this channel, right? I do these videos because I have a passion. I love to share my passion with whoever wants to watch these crazy videos, right? Here on YouTube. And this crazy guy who sweats a lot with jerseys, that's probably not a good combination. That's someone like me should not get a lot of jerseys and hats, right? But I do. But no, so yeah, I mean, this is what I love, right? This is what I love to do. And after I took the pictures and I posted them on various different, groups on Facebook, I mean, again, I don't do what I do to self promote. I really don't. I mean, I do it because I love it. This is what I love to do. I love collecting jerseys, and I always think of myself back many years ago, almost 20 years ago now, at the old flagship Mitchell & Ness store when it was on Chestnut Street in Philly back in the day. And when I first walked into that store, the holidays that year, I forget exactly what year. I think it was like around 05, 04, 05, maybe 04. I think it was the holidays 04. When I walked into that store and I saw those huge circle racks of jerseys, and I'm just looking around and I'm just taking it all in, it was overwhelming to me. Because I always liked jerseys, and I always wore them ever since I was in middle school, wearing the old champion and starter replica jerseys, back in the day. Maybe that's part of the reason I still don't mind getting swingman jerseys today. And I've always loved it, but when I went into that store for the first time, it's just like that. It just was that moment, and it was, I'm looking at these jerseys, and the first thing I'm saying is I gotta get these. And then I'm looking at the price tags, and I don't know about eBay. I don't know about deals and this and that on eBay. And I'm looking at these price tags of these jerseys, and I'm like, how in the world am I ever going to get one? Think about that. Think about me today. One of these jerseys, right? I didn't even know there were sale racks at the time. And it became my quest. and getting involved in the groups and learning and understanding how to spot a fake. Okay, so that Kobe got me. But normally, how to spot a fake, how to, okay, this is what you got to, this is the tells, this is what you got to look for. And then finding out about sales, even at the flagship store, sales, and just religiously going there for sales. Every sale they had, I would go, right? And then there would be the sale racks in the back, and I would pick up stuff every now and then from the sale racks. And then, of course, with eBay, and then get involved with the groups and all the different jersey heads, and they're selling stuff, and you're buying, I'm buying stuff from them. And all these almost 20 years later, I'm taking pictures of my collection, and I could probably put my collection in that old Mitchell and Ness store on the big circle racks. I mean, if you were to tell me just about 20 years ago that I'm going to be in a house and I'm going to have all these racks of jerseys, lots of Mitchell and Ness, a lot of those jerseys I saw that day would be here, sitting on racks, I wouldn't believe it. But that's what, and I wrote this when I wrote my little, my little paragraph when I posted those pics. I said, that's what having that's what perseverance and the stick-to-itiveness and a bit of crazy, maybe a little bit more than a bit of crazy, goes into having a passion. You do this stuff for a passion, and when you're a collector, no matter what you collect, and I've always said this, I collect jerseys and hats, but you collect comic books, and I remember I've collected other things over the years. It was Mighty Mouse for 15 years. It was sports cards, when I was younger. It was Matchbox cars when I was very young. And it just, when you collect, you love to surround yourself with what you love, with your passion, right? And I do that with the sports, as you can see behind me. I do that with the Philly sports. I do that with the jerseys and the hats, because that's what I love. It just makes me happy. And in this life, there's gonna be so much that comes out that makes you miserable, that gets you upset. To find that one thing that makes you happy, that you enjoy to do, and you go through the nth degree to do it. And maybe I can get away with it a little more because I'm still single. I don't know. People have wrote and said that they show their wives and girlfriends my collections because they get upset with the wives or girlfriends get upset with them for getting stuff. And they say, "Oh, you look what he has," and they say, "Oh, he's more crazy than." Look, hey, if I save some relationships with the collection, I'm happy for that, right? But I get a kick out of that stuff. It's like, because look, I know I have a lot. I know. I mean, I gave the number. I guesstimated 1,100. Slim said I have more. One of my goals. I'll get into this a little later, but I do have a big task for me next season, or next year rather. I should say. But it's mine, so I just don't see it. I'm around it all the time. So when I take pictures and post it on social media, people just go, "Oh my God," Then it's like, or people come here for the first time, and they're like, and you see the eyes go wide. Their eyes look like my eyes did almost 20 years ago at the Mitchell and Ness store on Chestnut Street. And then you start to think, yeah, I guess it is pretty crazy. This collection, how the amount of it, but people say that they're showing their significant others the pictures to say, look, see, it's not that bad. But I'm single. I can get away with this stuff. It's just me, myself, and I. So I. And the jerseys and the hats to go with them. Look, I love this stuff. I make these videos, and I don't do it for self-promotion. I don't do it to put myself on a pedestal. People even posted in the comments there on the groups, "GOAT," and this and that. Yeah, I remember once J-Dub put me on, he picked some of the big-time Jersey heads, and it was a Mount Rushmore of the Jersey heads. And look, it's all humbling. It's always humbling for me. But I don't look at myself that way. I don't do this to go into those type of realms, right? I do this because I love to do it, and I put my videos and I tell my stories in the life series because this is what I love, and I love to share it with you, the viewer. And I've heard from many people, that they enjoy it. That they look forward to these videos, and it's a very humbling thing for me. I mean, honestly, people were putting comments in those when I posted those pics on Facebook, and there was quite a few people that said, they love the videos, they can't wait till I post a new one. They always look forward to what I get. And the pickup vids and showing the collections and the different racks and everything. And I had one person, and I forget their name, I'm sorry, but they wrote and they said that they show their son my videos because they want they they want and the son refers to me as the Jersey guy. So look, it's a humbling thing for me. I mean, it's a family affair with MightyFan, right? It's just like sit around the campfire, the fireplace fire, I should say, and put on the video, the TV, and watch MightyFan on YouTube. ah, but no, it's a humbling thing, and comments like that really hit me because you don't realize it. I put these videos out there, right? I don't know who's gonna watch. I do it because I love to do it, and I love to bring it to you. And if people are watching and they're showing their families and their kids and their significant others and whoever my videos and my craziness with them, then I thank you. I really do. If it helps, if it motivates people to collect, if it encourages people to keep going, I mean that's awesome. I mean, listen. I say this all the time. I mean, whether you have 10 jerseys in your collections or 1,100 plus, 1,200 plus, whatever this is, it's a passion. It means something to you. I never think of a collection as the amount. I look at it as what it means to you. And if you're happy, if you have like 10 or 15 jerseys and you wear them all the time, and you're just so happy with them, that's awesome. Not everyone has to have this amount. Most people won't. It's probably best, particularly if you're married, or you're engaged, not to have this much. but listen, collecting is a fun thing. It really is. You deal with stuff, right? It's nice to have something that's fun to do, right? And so for me, it's always been collecting. And now it's, I've been in this jersey game near 20 years, and as far as a collecting standpoint, and it's just been a great thing. And as we all know, I have a great passion for it. I go to great lengths to find things. It's something that still brings me a lot of joy, and as long as it continues to do that, I'll continue. I don't know how much room. I may, yeah. I don't know how many more racks I can put up, but I'll find some room. Damn it! But no, I love doing this, and I love bringing it to you, the viewer. And if it makes people happy, then that's even better. If it's something they show their kids, I do take when I post these videos. I make sure that the not for kids is checked off just in case. I don't know what all that even entails. I just don't want to do the wrong thing and get kicked off YouTube. I don't know what it would be. YouTube is very finicky sometimes about it. I could say maybe I could do a vehicle vlog. Maybe I do like a curse word here and there, and all of a sudden I'm kicked off YouTube because I put it for kids. So I always try to make sure it's not. But if people want to show their kids my vids, that's fine. I mean, most of the time I'm just talking jerseys. I'm talking shop. People have said that I should do I should do a blog, and even Slim and I should do a blog or something. I don't think we'll ever be up there with the Kelsey brothers, but Uh, even though I kind of got the Kelsey look going, but no, I don't know. I don't know anything about that, about blogging. I'd rather do the YouTube thing. I like the vlog, more so than blogging. I've listened to blogs. I think there's definitely a place for it. I mean, in this day and age, a lot of people do it. It's a big part of social media, and people have livelihoods with that, right? But I just don't think it's really for me. I like more to be on camera. I like to just feel like I'm talking to you. That's why I like doing these vlogs. It's just that's what I like to do. It never say never. I mean, if I did start one, you'll all be the first to know. But I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Slim and I did talk about once that we were like, but I don't know. I mean, Slim and I would go off on too many tangents. I don't know how entertaining it would be, or maybe it would be. Who knows, right? It works for the Kelsey brothers, so you never know. The podcast, that's the word I was thinking of more so than blog, the podcasts. People are like, you should do a podcast. I'm like, yeah, YouTube's good enough for now. So yeah, the Slim and MightyFan podcast. I mean, hey, never say never. Like I said, you never know. We can get guests on every now and then, other Jersey heads or whatever. That would be fun. We can get the Kelsey brothers on once. That would be interesting. We're like trying to reach out to hey, we're Jersey collectors. Huh? And see them right now. I wouldn't put it past Jason, though. I honestly, I would not put it past Jason to hop on for a couple minutes. He seems to be that type of guy. But no, again, this is something that I do because I love to do it, and I'm not about my self-promotion, right? To me, I've always said this, right? The jerseys and the hats are the stars of the video, right? I'm just the person showing them. That's how I always look at it, and that's how I always try to stress it, right? Even when I did those pictures, I'm sorry, excuse me, only one picture had me in it. The rest were just all the jerseys on the racks or in the closets or what have you. Because to me, they're the stars. I'm just the schlub, showing them off every now and then. Yeah, this is what I got. But it's a lot of fun for me. But one of the comments I got when I posted those into the groups was from Peter Capolino. If you don't know who Peter Capolino is, you look at Mitchell and Ness. He's the guy that started it. He's the guy that started making the jerseys for sale. And it was under his watch that many jerseys were made. The old run, when we all say the old run Mitchell and Ness, the old gold is again, as J-Dub would say, it's just the vintage Mitchell and Ness jerseys, the USA run, the Korea, El Salvador, wherever the old Vietnam and China runs, Mexico, Honduras, wherever they were made. They were made all over the place back then, right? That was Peter. That was under his watch, under his time at Mitchell and Ness, and he was the company CEO at the time. He was the big man, and he gave it up, years later. But he is in the he follows us in the groups, and Slim certainly he has a lot of conversations with Peter. I know Peter. Peter knows me. He knows Slim. He knows quite a few of the guys in the groups and gals in the groups. And so when I made my post, Peter asked a question on there. He's like, how many of from my time at Mitchell and Ness jerseys do you own? And I couldn't give him a number. And I felt kind of bad about it because I have a lot of them. I just didn't have a number. And I didn't want to just, throw a number out of the air. So I did mention that my job, I work in the records department, and you would think me of all people would have more of a better knowledge of what I own. My boss even tells me, you should do an inventory. And I'm like, yeah, I said I really should. And then my procrastination, it just, I want to do it, and and I never get to it. And But I do want to know, and part of the reason I do the videos where I show rack by rack is part of it, that's part inventory. Well, the problem with that is that I keep adding. And in the one video where, oh, here's everything I have on the rack, then, a few months later, there might be a few other jerseys on that rack that I didn't show on the rack, right? So, and I will continue on those videos, that's for sure. But I think one of my big projects for next year, and I'm going to make this a 2025 project, is I'm going to take inventory. I'm going to, put it in an Excel document. I'm going to put everything, all the Mitchell and Ness. I'm going to list the old stuff, the Peter era time, the newer stuff. I'm just going to kind of separate that way. I'm just going to put it by sport and just really get into it and really put down everything that I have, because it's an important thing to know, right? Document it, put it in there, make the database, the MightyFan database of the collection. Right? Museums have databases of everything they have. You think about some of these big art museums and everything, and they have to keep inventory of what they have. So they have these big databases and everything they have detailed. They have pictures, obviously, of everything. I'm not going to go that detailed. I'm not going to take pictures of everything, but I will put in the Excel spreadsheet everything that I have, and I'll just go rack by rack until it's done. It's going to be quite a project. I'm not looking forward to it, but it's something I feel I have to do because I would like to know a number. I throw these numbers out there, 1,100, to whatever. Slim thinks I have more, and he's probably right. But I do want to take inventory of it, and I'll keep adding. Whenever I add a jersey, it will go onto the inventory. And it's also a good idea to kind of know, what I have, and just, kind of see that all. And it might be quite shocking when I get the actual the actual end number of what I have. But it's going to be quite a project. But I'm going to take that on next year. And the other thing I want to do next year is up in my second floor, and I have to do it in the winter. There ain't no way I can do this when it gets hot up. Look at me now. I mean, that was just. I can't. So I would like to. I have some on one of the racks. When I take videos up there, or racks, one of the shelves, I have my phone up on one of the shelves with something behind it holding it up. So you can't see the shelves, but I have like holiday decorations on those shelves. Halloween stuff, Christmas, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, all these different... for all the different, 4th of July, patriotic decor, for all the different holidays. And one of my projects I want to do next year, and thanks to Slim, I got this big bin from Slim, and he asked me if I wanted. I said absolutely, because one of the things I want to do, I have some of my holiday stuff down here in bins, but there's still some stuff upstairs on some of those shelves. And I want to get that stuff off the shelves, put into a bin down here, put all the holiday stuff here. I can open up those shelves, and then I want to get those drawers with the pull-out shelves, clear drawer pull-out shelves, and I want to get all my NFL and all my NHL hats in those drawers, and put them on the shelves. So I'll always know where they are. I'm still in the process of getting all the baseball hats in those drawer, box containers that are stackable. I get them from Target. They come 3 high. And I was doing okay, and then I procrastinated a bit, and then it got hot up there. I'm like, yeah, I got to stop. But I was doing it by team in alphabetical order, and I had a nice little system going, and so I got to continue that. So I'm hoping by the end of next year to have that completed, and to also have the other shelves, have those containers, those pull-out drawer-like containers up on those, so I can put the NFL and I can put my NHL hats in there. Because it would be nice to have them all kind of, nicely put away, nicely kept, I should say. That's the two big projects for 25. In particular, taking inventory of the collection. It's going to be a job. It really is. But I got to take it on because, like I said, I'd like to know. I'd like to know the number. I'd like to know what I have. I have a good idea. I pretty much know what I have. it's like filed away in here, right? But I would like to have it in an Excel spreadsheet and just have it look professional. And here's everything, and just good to know what I got and the number. And that way, if a time comes where someone says, "Hey, how many old run Mitchell and Ness?" Oh yeah, I have blah blah blah. Whatever the insert number here, I can tell them right away without even blinking. Um, but yeah. So thanks to Peter for like officially saying, you know what, this is a project I gotta take on. So there you go. The other thing I would like to do in the channel, and I know I showed the Nathan McKinnon rookie blueberry, blue line jersey from Mitchell and Ness, and it will be the last hockey jersey I show for this series, for the In the Life series, because I'm expanding. As the collection expands, I gotta expand here on YouTube, right? So I'm gonna do a whole nother series, and all it's gonna be is hockey, NHL or hockey jerseys and hat pickups, jerseys and hats. The reason I'm doing it and separating hockey from the rest is because it is the one aspect of my collection I'd still like to grow. That I mean, I'm not going to stop with football or basketball or certainly baseball. But hockey has always been something. I have a lot of nice hockey jerseys. I really have some nice heat in the collection. There's some rarities in here. There's some just all-timers, in the collection. They're the Wild Wing is in the collection, right? The Storm Tampa Bay jerseys in the collection, right? All the different ones, right? Some of the very iconic, hockey, the Fishermen's in here, various different jerseys, but I'm still lacking. That's the one sport that I would love to get more, that are just so decorated. I mean, I got the Blackhawk Red Wing game one right here, and those two jerseys right there, right? But it's still the sport that even though I have a great collection, I mean, I can probably put my hockey collection up against some other, maybe people who've been in hockey for a long time, and I might be able to, not to blow the whistle or anything. I might be able to go toe to toe with something. Oh, I got this one, right? And then they'll still beat me, and because they'll have some game worn jersey or something, some crazy thing, right? But the NHL in hockey, I've always loved the jerseys. But in my when I see the collection, I still say that's still lagging. That's what I want to still build up a bit. So I want to do a whole separate series just for hockey. When I add a hockey jersey or hat, I want to put that as its own entity, it's its own series. So I'm expanding the In the Life series, and I'm so creative with these names, aren't I? So I'm calling this series the In the Life Iced series. So whenever you see that In the Life Iced at the end of it, there's going to be hockey involved. So there's going to be a jersey or a hat or maybe both. So whenever I pick one up, that McKinnon was standing. Whenever I pick another one up, I have one that came in the mail, but I'm waiting. I got to do its own video. So I'm going to start with that one, which is a pretty cool jersey. No pun intended there, but it's a pretty cool jersey to show for the starter. So that series is going to be the MightyFan In the Life Iced series. And it's just going to be all hockey all the time. So when I have NHL pickups, hats, jerseys, it's going to be that series. I'm going to show them maybe one at a time, or whatever I get. And hats, maybe it might be moldable, but the jerseys I might just show one at a time, just to focus on that jersey and to show the different aspects of it. And here it is, here are the details, and do it that way. I think it would be cool. It's something a little different, but I would like to do it because it's, like I said, it's the aspect of my collection that I would like to expand on. I'd like to get more. I'd like to build it up a bit more, and I'll be happy to do that, right? Of course, the Jason Duck logo, of course, the crest, how many of those I have, that's another one that just I go nuts for, right? To have so many of them. But anyhow, no, the first jersey's not. It would be great if the first jersey in the series was either a Mighty Ducks or a Flyers or something like that. It's not, but it's a classic jersey. It's a classic crest So I'm happy to go with that one for the first, the inaugural MightyFan in the Life Iced series video. So that will be coming out probably within a day or two. If not sooner, certainly by the weekend. But keep a lookout. But I want to start that, and you know, like I said, whenever I get a new hockey jersey or hat, it will be part of that series. Just to kind of get a little separate, because like I said, that's the part of the aspect of the collection I get to grow on. Some people are like, see what I have, like, how does he want to expand that? That's an amazing collection. The old story is the Princess and the Pea, right? When the princess was sleeping on all those mattresses and there's one pea and the princess can feel it. It's like when I look at the collection, I'm like looking. I have a lot, and I know I have a lot of really great NHL jerseys, but I look at that and I'm like, but I could have more. That's what I still want to, grow more. That's where I want to, get a little more into the collection. So, and whether they're Mitchell and Ness, whether it's the power play collection or even the blue line, or other replica jerseys or authentic jerseys, whatever I get, that will be part of that collection, that series rather, I should say, the MightyFan in the Life Iced. So keep an eye on that. I did take a look at the new power play jersey. Slim was able to get one, and I will let him do his own deal with it. But I was impressed. I really liked how it looked. Everything was stitched. Everything was done up nice. It's got weight to it. It's a heavy jersey, definitely more heavier than the blue line jerseys. And I don't mind the weight of the blue line jerseys, But the power plays, you can tell. I mean, there's some heft to them. I saw a video recently here on YouTube by a couple guys I like to watch their videos, Ugly Thirds, and they did a review for the Nathan MacKinnon Stadium Series jersey that Mitchell and Ness did as part of their power play collection, and they were impressed. Those guys, for the most part, go after, they have a lot of the replicas, but they have authentics and everything. They're diehard. That's all they collect is hockey, right? So, and they do a lot of videos. They'll do like, videos where they'll do like, they'll try to say what was the best, ugly jersey of all time. What was the best Reebok era jersey, right? Because these guys have like every single jersey. Like, it's like, I don't think there's a jersey out there they don't have, a style out there they don't have. But it's like, I think it's like 3 of them. And they make these videos. And the one guy who's a Penguin fan, he doesn't mind like the Fanatic breakaways and stuff and whatever. He's a big time collector. But he's kind of like me in the fact, whatever, it's a jersey. In some ways he likes them a little better because they fit a little better or whatever with him. And there's other guys. It's like they all have different tastes with jerseys, but they do just a great job, and they work really well together in their videos. So their channel is Ugly Thirds, and you can it's just the wealth of knowledge that they have. They go to shows and look at these like game worn jerseys, and they'll do the videos there. It's just really cool. It's neat to see people. I always get a kick out of seeing people who are jersey heads who have the passion, right? And whether it's in their jersey heads groups, if it's other people, it's just always great to see. And but they did the review. They were like one of the first people I saw to do a review of the actual jersey, right? And they were impressed. And this was before I saw one. And then when I went to Slim's, he had one, so I gave it a good look. I tried it on. I said, "Oh yeah, this." Yeah, I mean, Mitchell and Ness, they listen. People complain, and they listened. And I'll give them a lot of credit for it. Listen, people still might not like the price. People still might find little nitpicky. Even the Ugly Third guys were a little nit because the cut wasn't like a Reebok cut. They said it was more like a CCM cut, an old school CCM cut. And I could see it. When I put on the jersey that Slim had, I could see it right away. I could say, yeah, this definitely has that old school CCM feel and cut to it, like the way the jersey fits on you and the way it's made. So that's what they compared it to, and I can definitely see it. But the one little nitpick that they had was it wasn't like the old, because the jersey itself's from the Reebok era, and it didn't have that Reebok cut. And so that's the one little thing. And I'm sitting there going, yeah, but it's a replica. You know, you're not going to get, Mitchell & Ness isn't going to look at cuts. You know, replicas, they're all kind of made the same. Whether it's the swingman jerseys for the NBA, whether it's the legacy jerseys for the NFL, right? It's all the same cut. It's the same jersey, just different colors and team, whatever, right? Same thing with the power play jerseys that they, or the blue lines that they did. Same thing now with the power play for the NHL. It's all going to be the same generic cut, but they have that old CCM cut and feel to them. They have it, like I said, they have some heft, which is great. I mean, you wear a hockey sweater. That's what you do want to have a little heft, right? Because they're made to be worn in cold weather. Oh God, you don't want to see me in one of those in the summer. Oh no. That does not happen. The one time I did was when 2 times I did, I should say, was when the Flyers were in the Cup Finals in '97 and 2010. I was cheering the Flyers on. It wasn't easy wearing that jersey outside in the heat, but I would definitely do it again. Believe me. Hopefully, one of these years they can get back and win it this damn time. The next time they're in there, but no, it is a very nice jersey, and like I said, I'm glad. Look, Mitchell & Ness made the change, right? How many companies would do that, right? You see these companies, right, like Nike and Reebok and whatever, over the Adidas over the years. People complain, nothing gets changed, right? The only reason they're changing what they're doing with the baseball jerseys and the number font and size on the back next season is because the players complained. You know, it wasn't us. It was the players. So the players complain, they're going to listen, right? And they're going to make the change. And next year you're going to get them looking like they should for baseball. But, I mean, look, other than that, these companies make these jerseys. They don't make changes, right? People can complain all day. But, people complained about the blue line jerseys now. Do I hate on them? No. But I can understand the argument why people would complain. Not stitched, that $200 price tag. It's not quality for that, right? And I didn't pay that for the ones I have, right? But that's what people were complaining. So Mitchell & Ness took that. They made the changes. And believe me, those jerseys are stitched. And when I saw the jersey Slim had, it is stitched. The logo, the crest, everything on the shoulder patches. If it has a patch, name and numbers, everything is stitched. Beautifully done. Very nice quality jersey. Now they're 2 1/4. Right, so they went up $25. You can still find some for $2 at retail, but for the most part, it's 2 1/4. I'm sure there'll be sales if you wait. But to me, it's worth it. I mean, Slim said he thought that the quality was that of what Mitchell & Ness was doing right prior to them losing the rights to the NHL, and I could see where he sees that. But the only difference there is that they made each jersey with different materials depending on the era or the player, the era of the jersey. They're not going to do that with these. It's the material that they make for one is the material they're going to make for all of them. But they're all just like Mitchell & Ness did right before they lost the rights. They made the authentic stitched jerseys. These are stitched. And they have all the bells and whistles, like the patches, the logos are stitched through. You can see the stitching, really, really nice. So for me, would I put down 2 1/4 to buy one if I really wanted one? I probably would. In fact, I'm probably going to do it pretty soon. I want that damn Trevor Linden. I have to. So I'm probably going to do a paying for that one. But I had that. That's the one out of the most recent set that I like the most, and I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss that one. So Slim and I were just talking about it just before this video. But I like the changes they made, and again, I wasn't a hater of the blue lines. I can understand what they were trying to do, and it's the Fanatics breakaway jersey. That's what those jerseys are. And I'm not a hater on the Fanatics breakaway jerseys. I can understand the argument. I can understand why they're not for everybody. Right? Would I rather the others? Would I rather the old Adidas or the newer Fanatic maybe now they're basically the same as the old Adidas jerseys were? Probably. Just that you have a little extra oomph with them. You have more stitching. You have more, as it should be on the jersey. But I can, I can wear a breakaway and be okay. I can wear a blue line and be okay, The power play, the new power play, seeing one in person, I mean, it definitely gets the two thumbs up. I could see where some people might still be nitpicky, but I like them, and I think the changes that Mitchell and Ness made were for the better. They do. You can tell the difference. If you put one up against, a power play to a blue line, you can tell the difference. First of all, in the weight of the jersey. It's a heavier jersey, and the stitching, it looks really good. And it feels good, too. It feels good on me when I tried it on. Now, I'm 5'9" and about, let's say, 240-ish. So a 2X is going to fit me. That's just an example of my dimensions, right? So a 2X, so you just got to find what fits you. What I would suggest to do, and I always suggest this to people, is go to a place that's going to be selling these. And now, obviously, the flagship is near me, and it's not near everybody. I get that. But Dick's Sporting Goods sells them, I believe. I believe places like Pro Image is going to get them. They're going to be available. I would go to your local, wherever you go, to get these jerseys and try one on. And see what size is going to fit you. For me, like I said, 2X is going to fit me. Right? But that's me. That's just how I'm built, right? So I can't tell, everyone get a 2X. No, I can't say that, right? What I always suggest to people with jerseys, particularly Mitchell and Ness jerseys, is the sizing. You always do have to kind of go up a size, particularly with certain jerseys. So if you go to a place, like I said, Dick's Sporting Goods, they're all over the place, right? You can find one. More than likely, they're going to have them for your home team. Try one on. See the different sizes. See which one fits you best. I would always say to do that before buying online. Now, I understand there's return policies. You can return stuff. I get that. But for something like this, I would definitely try it on and see which size is going to fit you best. Because you do have to do that with Mitchell and Ness sometimes. I've been buying them so long, I kind of know. But even with these, because it was something new, I wanted to try one on. I wanted to see one before I bought it. And I'm glad I had the opportunity. And if I didn't at Slim's, I probably would have gone to Dick's, or I would have gone to the Mitchell & Ness flagship and tried one on there. That's what I did with the blue lines, too. I tried on a Flyers one, at the Mitchell & Ness flagship when they came out, maybe within the same month or something, just to see how it fit. I didn't get it that day, but I tried it on just so I know what size would work for me for that. I would always suggest to people to do it. It's particularly with Mitchell and Ness, because they're sizing. Some of you probably already know. You do want to try stuff on first to see what size is best for you. But I like them. I like the jersey. I think the change they made was for the better. It's a nice product. It is. People are still going to nitpick. It should be this material. It should be. They're replica jerseys. They made changes. They're nice. They're replica. They're not supposed to be like what they wore on the ice. That they didn't make them like that, right? There was a time they did. Peter years, they did, right? And then what they made just before they lost the licensing rights, they made them like that. I mean, I have some of them, so I know. But that's what I would suggest. And I'm a fan. I like those jerseys. I liked how they made them. I might have a few in the collection once all said and done. I mean, right now I got like 5 in the back of my head. Like, this has to happen. This has to happen. And that's one of the things I like that they're making it. And I've written this on. There was one. I forget his name. I apologize. One guy all about hockey. He's in Canada. He's a Maple Leaf fan, I believe. Great videos, great content. But he was one of those haters, on the Mitchell and Ness stuff. And I'm like, you just gotta give it time. And he did a video. He did a review basically off the pictures from Mitchell and Ness's website. I'm like, I get it, but you can't. Doing a review just based off pictures is kind of tough. You got to get one. You got to see it. And I said the one thing that everyone has to remember is, even though they made the changes, and I'm glad they did, I said they're replica jerseys. They're not they're not trying to make these like what they wore on the ice. It's not what they're trying to do. So they're all going to be generically done, just like the legacy line for the NFL, the swingman line for the NBA, the batting practice, for the MLB. They're not, and maybe batting practice is a great example, but the other two, the swingman and the legacy, they're replica. You're not going to get all the bells and whistles. They're all going to be the same material. They're all going to have the same cut. This is what that is. But people are going to nitpick, people, whatever. It is what it is. I myself, I like them. I'm glad they made the change, even though, again, I wasn't a hater of the blue lines, but I could see why a change needed to be made, and I'm glad they did it. And not many companies would have done this. So you got to give them credit. And I know I'm sounding like a fanboy. I'm sorry. But it's the truth. It's the God's honest truth. Not just any company would do this, right? How many would make a change? Who cares? We're making money, But they made a change. They listened to people and they made the change. Are they 100% right on everything they do? No. They make mistakes. I'm still not a huge fan of the website. Even though they changed it, I still think there's corrections needed to be made there. But, in some of their jerseys, yeah. I mean, there's mistakes. There's this and that, and it is what it is. But I'm glad they made the change. They listened to people. They made the change. It's something they didn't have to do. They did it. I like it. I think it's a quality product. I will be buying them. You will see them on my channel in the In the Life Iced series. And hopefully starting, at least for that line, hopefully starting with that Trevor Linden. Oh, the patch on that one. Now, if only they made a hat. That's what they have to get to next. They've made hats for different NHL teams with different logo and anniversaries on the side. They need to make one with that. I think it's the 25th, I believe, for the Canucks. They need to make the hat with the skate logo on the front and that patch on the side. I will be getting a Canucks hat to go with that jersey, but I need one with that same patch that's on the jersey. I need the side patch on the Mitchell Ness. Come on, let's get to it. I mean, you have to do it. You need to have the combo wombos done. It has to happen. Or one of these other companies that do the New Era hats. Someone needs to. It's a beautiful patch. Oh, that logo. They got to put that on the side. Of course, my luck, then it would sell out right away, and I won't be able to get it. But it would be an instant seller because everyone loves the skate logo from the Canucks back then. They wear that jersey today as a throwback. Beautiful jersey. Oh, with that patch though. Whew! People are gonna be turning heads when I come down wearing that. Woo! Yep. Anyhow, that's going to do it. I've gone on an hour and 7 minutes, but I haven't been on YouTube in some weeks, so I thought I would get on here, show some pickups, do some chit-chat. This is what I do. I need a drink. I need a... My mouth is getting dry from all the talking. And thinking about hot patches as flair on jerseys. Oh, my. Oh, as you all know, that's one of the things that I love seeing extras on the jerseys. And that's one of the reasons that the hockey jerseys hit me a certain way. Because you get ones with the... And they don't mess around. They'll wear patches everywhere. Logo, the anniversary, the sleeves, the front. Some of these... It's flair override, and I love it. I can't ever get enough. I can never get enough of it. Anyhow, so that's going to do it for me for now, but thanks for joining in, for tuning in. If you made this a family affair with your loved ones, your children, hello to all of you. I can think of many other things you probably could be watching right now, but that's okay. I appreciate it. And speaking of appreciating, I would definitely appreciate if you continue to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. I know I've been saying this every time. I'll continue to say it. I'm trying to get the 2K subs by the end of the year, by December 31st, 2024, before the clock strikes midnight to 2025. I'd love to get the 2K subs, and you all can make it happen. So tell your family members, tell their friends, tell their family members to sub the MightyFan so we can make that happen. And if you haven't already done so, make sure to hit that subscribe so you can help with that. Hit the like. Let's keep liking these videos. Like, and hit the bell icon so you're always notified to all future content from yours truly. And I thank you all, and I do thank all my Jersey heads. You know, my fellow Jersey heads, I did forget to say this when I was going on my spiel. But one of the reasons I have what I have is in large part because of all of you. Because of all of the Jersey heads that I bought stuff from over the years. And if it wasn't for all of you, I wouldn't have this. You know, I wouldn't have this type of collection because you all have contributed to it to the creation of it. Not only by selling stuff, but also by having, passing along the knowledge you do to me so that me from years ago could learn more about what made an authentic, what you want to avoid from fake jerseys besides that Kobe. That I should have known. But no, that goes a long way into me creating what I've done, how I was able to collect what I have, right? And obviously, the jerseys I've gotten from so many people, just countless people. I can't name you all, but you all know who you are. That I've gotten so many great gems from over the years. When you're selling stuff and the eyes go wide and I say, oh, that's when I have to have that, right? So a lot of my rare pieces, a lot of my jerseys in the collection that have a lot of meaning to me are ones I've gotten from my fellow Jersey heads because I know when I get them that they're going to be well taken care of because you're a collector like me, we take care of our stuff, and it came from someone who gave the jersey a lot of love. So I know that the love that they gave is the love I'm going to give. And that always means a lot to me. It means a lot to me to get the jerseys from fellow Jersey heads because, it's extra special. It's an extra special thing for me to do. And without all of you, I couldn't have done this. I couldn't have done this without all of you. So I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for selling what you have, for having me to, allowing me to collect what I have to grow my collection. And to have, the gems that you all had in yours as part of mine. I always said that this collection, it's my collection, but it's for everyone. This is for all the Jersey heads. I have this all for all of you, So this is as much your collection as it is mine. I'm not selling anything, but but it is. It's like a museum, and it's a Jersey Head museum. And you are welcome here anytime you want at the Mighty Kingdom to see it. And your contributions to it is like contributions to a museum. But that's what it is. A lot of all of you went into this. So I thank you always for allowing me to add and get some pieces to the collection that probably otherwise I might not have been able to do. So I thank you all. And Slim, I do have to give a big shout out to my buddy Slim too. Slim has, allowed me to get a lot of things, and he's been very helpful to me over the years. All of you have, but Slim has really he's gone above and beyond. I consider him a brother, and he's helped me so much over the years with adding things, sending things, back into the eBay. Oh, look at this! You have to get this! You have to get this! Right? Sending me auctions. And surprising me with jerseys over the years as gifts, particularly during COVID, and he's been moving some things, and I've been able to get quite a few out of his collection. I felt like a Jersey mule a few times coming back from Maryland. These different jerseys. But Slim, it means a lot. And your stuff that was loved so much by you is loved by me. And I tell you all the time, this is still yours You can, when you come, you can see your jerseys and, you reminisce. And, try them on, whatever, you've contributed a lot to this collection. A lot of you have. And it's too many to name. I know I named Slim, Throwback King, and how many I've gotten from him. And of course, rest in peace to Ron. The Ron room upstairs where I first filmed, that will always be the Ron room. I got so many great gems from Ron over the years when he was with us. I miss him every day. He was one of the greats. J Dub, I've gotten great stuff from him. Nostalgia Boy, D. I mean, the list just goes on and on. There's so many people in our community that I've gotten so many great gems from, and I thank you all. I know I've said that. You've all contributed to this, and like I said, I couldn't have had this without you. And so when you see this collection, think a little bit of you have gone into it. And again, this is for everybody. This is an open house to any Jersey head, wants to take a look. I've had a lot of them here, and it always means a lot to me too, to see the looks on their faces, to see the joy, because we all have joy for this. This is what we do, right? This is our contribution to the world, but it is, and that's why I will never say, even if the day comes where I have to, put an end to the collecting, I will never say I'm retiring from it. And I don't hate on people who do. People use that word a lot when they get out of the game. Retirement I'm saving for when I retire from work, from my job. This isn't a job. This is my love. This is my passion. I can't retire from this, So when the day comes, and someday it probably will, when I have to, all right, can't, there's just no other room. There's nowhere for me to put another jersey. I have to stop. I won't say I'm retiring from it. Because I won't feel like that's something you retire from. You retire from a job. You retire from something that's work. This isn't work. Well, it can be. But it will never feel like something that I would have to retire from. That, again, that's reserved for my job. That's what I'll retire from. Hopefully when I'm 55. We'll see. We'll see how things are going at that. I've always liked that number. So, and I think 52 is just a little too far from the from getting to Social Security, right? I was thinking, because Super Bowl 52, right? That's a big number for me, but I've always loved that 55 number. And I'm like, it's 9 years away. I think I could, you think maybe that could happen? We'll see. We'll see how the funds are looking at that time. If I can make it to Social Security years, or if I have to press forward some more years before, closer to the Social Security years. But when I say retire, it will be reserved for my job. It will not be for the jerseys. No, that's not something I retire from. That's a job. This isn't a job. This is love. This is a passion. So, but people use it. People in our community, when they get out of the game, I'm retiring from the game. And I always get a little smirk on my face when I say, I'm like, it's not a job. Sometimes we can make it into one, but it's not exactly a job. This is a love. This is a passion. And again, I thank all of you who watch my videos, who get a joy out of it. It means a lot to me, and I thank you all for the kind words I've gotten many a time. I try to entertain the best I can, and again, I love to bring my love to all of you, and this is what I do. When I'm not at work, when I'm not doing stuff for family or friends, or watching stuff I watch lots of things on TV. I'm looking at collecting that next jersey and that next hat, of course. And this is what I do. So, I love to bring this all to you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So subscribe, like, and bell icon. Those are the rules of eBay, or eBay. God, I misspoke. See, even now I'm thinking eBay, right? Those are the rules of YouTube. And that's what you have to do on this channel. And I thank you all, as always, for doing so. And thanks for all the support that you continue to give to this channel. An hour and 19 minutes, almost 20 minutes. This has been a marathon video, but I had a lot to say. I've been missing for a few weeks. I've been having some fun with Slim, right? Shout again to Slim. And, you know, so I wasn't able to film in that time, so here I am making up for it. Anyhow, I will have the first video for the In the Life Iced series coming up soon. We're also going to get back into the season of the fan for the Eagles, right? They have a game. Who are they playing again? Oh, yeah, they're playing that team in Dallas. How things going there, Cowboy fans? You having fun this season? You doing okay? Yeah? No. But anyhow, the Eagles will be playing them this week, and, you know, we'll see how things go. I will have a video hopefully up before the game. If not after the game, we'll get back into that series, and I will see you on the next one. All right, everyone, I'm going to go for real now. You all take care. I'll see you in the next vid. Take care.